This means they're going to be able to push themselves pretty deep into the top 3 and also potentially secure a fantastic situation for the rest of PMPL Americas here. Really good to see. I love what they're able to do with this game here. They had some really good control. The aggression, the third party on the Alpha 7 and Nova fight was really crucial to secure this win here.
Yeah, very, very crucial. I think they waited out just for the right moment. Great performance, Team Cancer, right? They finally showed us what we've been talking about. They finally showed us them being able to adjust, them being able to get that chicken dinner as well. And I can't wait to see Imperium dancing, because if I'm not mistaken, I think he finally got a pick right after this break. I can't wait to see you dancing, Imperium.
Hell no. I can sleep anywhere. Any position, anytime, any place. Just give me a blanket. I don't even need a pillow. I will take my ass to sleep. I don't have an issue falling asleep. I mean, I have an issue getting myself to go to sleep, like stop being distracted on TikTok, stop being on social media, and just like close my eyes. But once I finally decide to close my eyes and sleep, I'm out like a light, bro. I'm gone.
Fala, rapaziada, sejam bem-vindos aí à primeira PMPL América de vocês. Eu queria saber o seguinte: como tá aí, Vitor, o coração dessa primeira PMPL América junto com a Inco?
Cara, tamo bem, né? Tamo confiante, acabamos de ser campeão brasileiro. E, cara, a gente vai para essa Américas com o intuito de ficar lá no topo também, né? Ir pra PMGC e, se possível, também buscar o título de campeão das Américas.
Oh yeah, me too, Jenny.
Na última PMPL Américas... Peraí.
But I get car sick really easily too, so I gotta be careful. I usually just have to stare straight ahead. I get so car sick. I get like motion sickness,
Sim, com certeza está preparado. Nossa moral tá lá em cima depois de ter sido campeão brasileiro. E com certeza a gente vai representar bem o Brasil lá fora.
Renê, seguinte, o que você acha que os times brasileiros têm tanto que a gente se mantém no topo, que a gente tá sempre buscando esse campeonato? O que você acha que os brasileiros têm de diferencial em relação aos outros times que estão jogando o campeonato?
Rapaz.
If I ever wake up one day and see your name on the news for some crazy shit like that, you know, I'm gonna be so angry, bro.
E eu acho que esse é o ponto principal.
I'm so angry at you.
Boa. Queria saber o seguinte: Nenebet fez um negócio histórico na partida de Erangel. Queria saber se vai fazer também na PMPL Américas.
You're fucking nasty, bro.
Cara, pretendo não precisar. Quero que a gente já garanta logo
nos 3 dias. We're over here talking about sleeping habits and shit, and Dill just comes in talking about I blew up the toilet.
Seguinte, você fez um excelente campeonato, voltou aí pra Inco jogando muito. Eu queria saber o que você acha... Peraí, vou refazer, peraí.
Acho que a gente tem muita confiança e faz o jogo agressivo e inteligente junto.
Queria que você passasse um recado pros fãs brasileiros, a torcida da Inco aí, que tá torcendo por vocês. Abra teu coração, bora.
Mano, eu acho que deveriam acreditar em nós, que a gente não vai...
Bro, why is this guy in the middle, like, so stone-faced? He looks like a statue.
Mano,
he's not moving. Oh, he blinked.
Tá
Never mind. We're good, we're good, we're good.
Que vai dar certo.
Ellie, what deal? Like her. Oh, Queen. Why did you drink coffee at 10 p.m., Queen? Let me know.
Yes! 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 It's about time! It's about game time, baby! After so many
matches... Juke's face on the fucking buffer, bro. Hey, no way. Guys, what is going on, guys? Oh my god, bro. Why? This chat is so tough. No, this TomTom. Why hasn't this TomTom guy been banned? Like, every time I scroll down to look at YT chat, this guy is saying something so rude. That was Sixless playing on Telly's account. Bay Sixless made the call for Telly to camp. Yo, what happened to the fucking stream? Like, can we not do this right now? Like, can we get it together?
Oh no, you did. I love it. I love it. What a game there at the end. A very pure ending, something I always love to see. And we actually see some NA in the top 5 once again, baby. Woo!
Yo!
With a massive
Let's go
execute.
W execute.
19 points.
Execute
that's half the points they got in the entire tournament so far.
Crazy.
Yeah, getting back to kind of the crux of the matter, which is the game
Thinking
itself.
of getting a bite.
We had some pretty wild circle
Oh my
shifts,
God.
right? The first 3 to 4 circles all had kind of between 50 and 30%
Bella Swan in that one scene.
military island to play. So
If you know,
really
you
took
know.
that landmass away.
Please
That's
be
why we
careful,
saw
dude.
some
Like,
pretty
seriously.
intelligent moves to give them credit from Nova,
I
from
need you
Team
alive
Queso,
for
from
many
Alpha
years,
7,
okay?
from within reason
Just be
Inco,
careful.
and it allowed them to kind of set up to a very confident late game.
Yeah, but when we're looking at this graph, we're looking at Alpha 7.
Yeah,
They
a
were able
bicycle
to
with
dish
training
out
wheels.
so
Yeah, that
much
seems
damage,
good.
but we've seen
That's a
in
good
those
fit.
last few moments of the game, Nova was third partying, the pressure from Aton previously from that as well. There was a lot of people that were pressuring them, and also I gotta say, Telly from XCU, I was sitting here, right? I was hoping, I was like, listen, I got third party
Proud of Nova?
twice with my predictions. You better do it to him. That is not fair. That is not fair what happened.
Hey,
but then he
wasn't
just stood there.
sixless.
Yeah,
Queen,
it
I
was-
think you
mean,
already
yeah, true.
forgot
If
what
it
I
was
what I
sixless,
told you
I'm pretty
earlier
sure
today.
wouldn't have gotten that point. But you know what? I'm happy because that means that NA talent 1, EO talent
Peace
0.
and quiet, bro.
Balls in your court.
Okay, let's go ahead and get back to the show.
I'm thinking. I think I might actually like even turn off my phone, or at least put it on D&D. Like, I want zero distractions.
Yeah,
I
so
want
it's
to
very much
piece the
about
fuck out.
highlighting the fact that, for me, Team Queso has stepped up their game in terms of average damage and average eliminations.
Yeah, we're looking obviously at day 2 on the right side, day 3 on the left side. Very big improvement, very good improvement, especially again, like we said, today is the day where you set yourself up for the 4th and final day of the tournament. So starting off this way consistently, top 2, top 3 in those 3 games, that is massive for Queso.
And one key aspect that I'm really curious if it's going to be a trend from Team Queso.
I don't
we
care what.
saw the inclusion of
Damn.
Papi
What if I was
Pacho,
dying,
their
Queen?
sub
I
instead
mean,
of
not like you'd
Mystic.
be able to do anything from
Mystic
over
has
there
been
if I
a
was dying, but-
staple of Team Queso, like I said, going back to 2019.
Dude, isn't it
along
crazy
with
that you're in Morocco
Ayala
and I'm over
what was
here
the
and we're talking
roster
to each
back
other?
then. So clearly
fucking,
something they felt had
like,
to change. They weren't adapting.
screens?
And I don't know if it is Papi Pacho that
Like,
made the
what?
difference, but we might
I'm
see
not high,
coming
guys.
forward.
I'm just
Totally
like thinking
possible
about
right
how
here. I love
crazy
the
shit
fact that
is.
Team Kessel, they go and they get passed up by Inco Gaming on the leaderboards, and then the next match, they take the chicken dinner.
Could have done it in the first one.
Hey, you know what? If it ain't the first, it's the last one.
High
Here.
on
Match
life.
number 3 was the dub.
High
they
on
got.
sleep
Now,
deprivation.
Guys, you know, one thing I gotta say is that I hope that this match was the ego boost that Nova needed. You know, I mean, obviously, it's crazy to talk about. I know they're in last place, but you know what? Sometimes you get that chicken dinner. Boom. The
I might
hype
actually
just
like
starts
fall asleep
coming.
in the
It's,
shower,
oh, wait.
because I
Alpha
definitely have to shower
7.
before I sleep.
It's kind of like you
might,
give
like,
me
just
good
fucking
result, I
fall
raise
asleep
you
in the
with even
showers.
better result.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, look, we mentioned this before about Alpha 7. They were second by 1 point in PMPL Brazil. They were second when it comes to, I believe, the previous tournament where Influence Chairman won in the Americas by 6 points. When it came to PMWI, they were also second. Duos tournament, second. So now, I don't think they're going to let it happen.
Definitely. But what's really important for Inco, guys, is the fact, and this is what I talked about at the start of the day, that cushion.
Is
right? They
Furious
have around
Gaming,
a 26 point
no, I don't
lead
think they're
over
any.
just the second PMGC ticketed team in the former Team K. So that's
Nova in
massive
15th,
coming
that's
into the final two.
Yeah, especially the fact that they are in 3rd place right now. That's the ticket central area to be in, you know. And, now that we see Vivo Key just a little bit below them, it's a good
I
position
don't
for them to put
understand
themselves
why
in.
does PK play this if
I
they're
do wanna touch
guaranteed
on
a spot in
this, though,
PMGC?
right here.
That doesn't make sense
One
to
of the
me.
mistakes.
Bro.
He's like, what is that, huh? Oh, is that a smoke
Wait,
grenade?
I
did
believe it was
he
a
nade
smoke.
himself?
It's not a smoke.
Oh,
Bro,
okay.
he
I love
tried.
the fact
He
that
almost
looked
naded
at it
himself.
For a second, it's like,
I didn't see that.
wait, is that?
It's like you could
What a
hear his
fucking
brain
idiot.
process.
That's something I would do. I don't know why I'm judging.
Yeah, no, I got to run.
That was me,
Yeah,
guys.
he's like, oh, wait.
I was playing
Oh,
on that
that's
guy's
an eight.
account.
Oh,
My
yeah,
bad.
But also,
My fault.
at the same time, I believe it was
Mollied
kindness.
himself.
Was it
It was
kindness?
green. Rin.
Yeah, he mollied
Yeah,
himself.
that is something I would say.
A couple of blunders when it comes to the Wizard Tower and those last final moments of the game, but
it's so difficult pushing a Wizard Tower.
Sure.
Nova knew that they were effectively potentially going to get third party by Alpha 7 because they
I
were
will.
playing
I'll
that
yell at you to
high
stop,
roof
Queen.
ground,
I will. I got
so
you.
they had to tread very carefully on that Wizard Tower push.
Don't make your ass relax.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough to see because you know what? Just one mistake and it's all over. And it's a lot easier to rush a Wizard Tower than it is to hold it. Let's go ahead and get ready for some Sandhawk action.
Sandhawk is my favorite map to watch. It's really interesting. I like seeing them like healing outside zone.
And
I like seeing how many first
stage
stage they can rack
we
up.
talked about, teams in the hot seat at Dawn Esports. You guys, this game,
Too many-
I want to
yeah.
see a change in
This
how
is
aggressive
Sandhawk
you're being
and then one
when
more.
the three players move, and then you have Nitsu on his own. I don't want to see him moving to collect extra meds from the boxes of his team. No.
What is the
Just
name of the
work with
region
what
of
you
the
have
southern
and
end
try
of
and get those placement
Sandhawk?
points. You need to fight for that PMGC ticket.
Yes, indeed. You know what? These people in the chat need to fight for this
Sami?
question right here. It is in the chat, in the YouTube
think
channel.
it's
Go
Sami,
ahead and make
right?
sure that you hit that poll.
Yeah,
and we'll
Sami
see
for
who is
sure.
correct at the end of the day.
quick, what is it?
Now,
I'm so
my other
big
team is
brain.
like,
I'm so
hey,
smart.
who is going to be correct
I feel like we
when it
need to
comes
land
the
Sami.
healing
Matt, did we used to
strat?
land
It's
Sami when we were in
Sandhawk, right? Is it
Babies?
Koi going to finally get his time to shine, or does he have that big target on his back going into this game?
Here's the thing. Again, it talks about, you mentioned it with Nova, that strong result. Is that going to be that kind of opening of the flower petal, and it's going to allow them to bloom nicely? And I say that in a genuine way because mentality is a massive part of this game, and if you're able to kind of
Maybe he's
get
going
past
over.
that blockage, we could see a much
It's
stronger
only-
Nova. Even if it's a heal strat Nova, still a successful heal strat Nova.
But here's the thing, even the players who are playing the heal strat are actually watching out and looking out for the other players playing
Everyone's
the
on
heal
different
strat.
teams now,
We've seen
doing
that
their own
before in game
thing.
2, in the second map of Sandhawk, of course, in day 2, where Alpha 7 picked off the player from Aton. So there's a lot of small skirmishes happening.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot to talk about, but I'm going to ask the casters right here as we go to them. Does Nova still have a chance in hell of getting to PMGC?
Come on, man. What you mean they still got a chance? If they want to have a chance, they better put up one of the greatest performances we have ever seen in Americas. That's the only way they're going to get a chance, Venture.
Yeah, honestly, at this point here, it's looking unlikely. The top is looking super stacked. Ingo Gaming doing well.
That would
Team
actually be
Queso
really
doing well,
cool.
Influence
I'm not gonna lie,
doing
if we
well.
did that.
Vivo is obviously
Just for the
already
one
going, but
time.
still, it's rough for having you to poke into that top and try to take some of those spots away. It's a long road, and you're gonna have to, the rest of the day, literally win the next games, and then have the best day of your life in the last ones. Oh my God, the most eliminations is going to 1, 2, 3 Alpha 7 members.
Yeah, kind of. I was never expecting that. I'm not even gonna say that. I
Wait,
was
where does it say
expecting
7
Coops to
lines?
continue to at least
I'm trying to see.
put
Oh,
up
I see
some
them. I see
fight
them.
there. He is putting up a fight in regards to highest
Kim
damage.
Pong.
Now, ooh, this is actually a
Kim
nice
Pong, look
first
how he
circle to
split.
start off here
Interesting.
in Sandhawk. Not
They're
too
so
much
confident.
craziness. Not towards the middle between
They're
all
so
those
spread
three
out,
islands.
bro.
Mostly the
Such a
main
high
island, but it
stakes
has
thing,
a
and
lot
they're so
of water
fucking spread out.
due
there.
to Sandhawk's just being the way
good
it
circle.
is. Yeah, I like
Paradise
this circle a lot,
Central,
too.
Rise around it just for fun in Paradise Resort, having fun right now. And I think Nino is hard to get some Furious Gaming food
Nino.
right now, served up kind of closely
said
if they
Nino.
actually end up going close to him.
Can't believe y'all
We'll
guys.
see though
Oh
with that.
my God, you guys
But
really
yeah,
try to tell me this
honestly,
kid's
I
balls,
wouldn't
bro.
feel too bad about
And
it
I
being
let
Ingo
myself be
Gaming,
gaslit by chat, bro.
Team Queso, and
You
Influence
can,
Shannon that
yes,
would currently
Queen.
win
You
the
need to
3
just
PMGC
turn off
spots.
your
I wouldn't feel too
screens
bad
and
about
like
that.
close
They've
your
been performing
eyes. Rest your
extremely well.
eyes.
And it would be 2 of the
Really, man?
winners
Dude,
of
I
our
love being home
sub-regions
alone.
for PMPL Americas that
When
would
I'm home
be
alone,
going. So
it's
that would
like
be looking
it's
really
like a
good,
little
honestly.
personal
So
party for
we'll
one.
be excited to see if that's going to be
Do
the
whatever I
case.
want.
But
Cry
yeah,
with
of
no
course,
pants
we are
on.
halfway through our day. 3 more games. Match number 4 here, as you see bottom
Smoke all
left.
the
This
weed I
Sandhawk,
want,
your
not in the
favorite one
house,
here,
but
7, and
just, like,
obviously we see so
not
often
have
we
to
have
worry
some
about the judgment
crazy,
to look
crazy
like
games. On this case here, Rice just chilling quite a lot. Only a helmet, no vest, no backpack on that
went to the
loops.
search today and I thought I
Big
saw
chilling
him,
here
but I was
inside
hallucinating.
Painan, able to get a lot of loot for the boys.
Oh my gosh.
And right now,
they're going to be looking to see if they can cut off Nova like they were able to in a way.
That's
Yes,
how haunted.
make them rotate a certain way. And the main question for me when we go to Sandhog now, after the 2 Sandhogs that we have been able to see, becomes, can anybody stop Brazil? Only Brazilian teams have one.
PMPL ends.
Yeah, true. That's a huge point right there. Honestly, you know, Team Queso doing well. I wouldn't mind that too much. But Brazil in general, as a sub-region, has just been doing extremely well for themselves throughout. Aton would also really love to see those boys up there to compete. They are within striking distance, but right now they're not as close as we were hoping for. Just missing that few extra inches to go by. Execute on screen. One of the teams on the lower end of the leaderboard right now, but still far ahead of Nova. 30 points, some ahead of them, I believe it was. I don't know, 21 points ahead of Nova.
Queen,
currently.
you did not have to bring
super,
that up,
super good
bro.
to see from
That gives me the chills.
Knights, a little bit of a stalemate today for them. They've had some rough games, but then again, they are going to PMGC. I would love to see them really top the leaderboards in this case here with the Coop's performance, because if you're able to, for you to be able to close down the MVP,
bro, me, Queen, and Static were in VC sharing like paranormal stories of things that have happened to us. And Queen was like, Static, has anything ever happened in your house? And Static was like, no, except for one time, something did happen. And we're like, what?
We were talking about it earlier.
And he was like,
we're saying how
he said something crazy. He was like, I looked at my window and the light was shining and like I saw a person staring at me.
Slayers actually,
and he was just staring at me. Then I turned on the light and it was just my coat and my hat hanging off.
That action.
I was like, bitch,
because this is team, you can see
that's not paranormal activity. That's
here.
just being paranoid and seeing shit.
One of their highest ones. But we want to see a little bit more. That 3.5 might not just be good enough because of how well some of the other teams have been performing.
I saw something. I don't want to talk about it.
Solid player from North America. Barely missed the ledge. He was trying to see if maybe he could be sneaky. Try to be able to spot some people. Not going to be able to spot anybody. By the way, huge shout out to the person that guessed it
Queen
right
got hella shit
earlier
going on in her house.
in the
and she
YouTube
just
chat.
chills with it. She just be coexisting.
Team Queso, and he was equal.
She be asking the ghost to play
iOS, so
PUBG.
congratulations.
Like, what?
Keep an eye out for whenever I end up asking, who do you guys think is going to end up winning this match? Because if you do end up guessing it right, and if you are the first person to guess it right and use hashtag PMPL Americas,
Queen be summoning the ghost to bed.
You might end up getting a shout out here. No promises though.
You wanna tell stories till we fall asleep?
Madness happens, and I might end up missing your comment.
What's up, Live?
Curious
Pulling up
gamer
in a
looking
fucking
around, trying to
car,
see if they can get into
bro.
any
Flex
action.
on
Knights
us, I
now.
guess.
Knights haven't really been able to go to boot camp. That has been taken by a Brazilian team, but now they're currently passing by it. We might end up seeing some action though towards Paradise Resort. We'll have to wait and see.
What if?
Yeah, for sure.
What if the ghosts in your house are watching my stream right now?
Looking forward to the next couple of circles because we have some wild rotations coming in, waiting for you, and also
Nubzeno says LE.
Everyone gonna be able to catch the loot pinata that is Nova Koi on Senok. 41st stage yesterday.
Keyboard and type it.
But yeah, it is crazy if that's going to be able to be happening here right now. Loops, yeah. We are in a case where Infinity is in a good situation for that. And that's definitely the case here. Are we going to be able to see Loops? Oh, Loops! No! Toigo goes down to Titi. Titi gets found, though returned. No flushes just yet. Can they catch this one here? And can they get Toigo back? That's really the question one for me here. No, let's see. Loops, yeah, the smokes comes out. Toigo goes there. GC God goes for this. Res. Now Chief goes for the flush, gets a point confirmed there for Loops. Does he find one more of the Infinity member?
Queen's ghosty friend.
On the hunt as well. He spots him.
Hope y'all like the vibes here.
A flush coming in for that one. The next
Don't forget
circle
to
does
smash
pop,
that like and subscribe
and it goes
button.
a little bit west, but not too much of a difference this one is going to have. The question is, are we really going to see some big rotations coming in their way? Now, Vivo Keyed outside still. Inko outside still. Nova as well. Infinity in a rough situation, having lost two member Lux and Zoan. They're going to have to move. Alpha 7 with a big rotation on the eastern side, they have to move in. Now, Knights on screen, Coops
Man,
has an
I don't know.
MG3
Why
in
don't
hand.
you ask them?
And they're
Since
trying to
you're
get
so
some more information
buddy
with this one here.
them.
Split up on two of the peaks here. Now, Furious Gaming, they're going to be moving in on their other end. Are they getting this information from the cars moving on Sanok? When you move in vehicles, it is very clear to the vast majority of players around you because they're so loud and the map is so little. Here's Sanok stats for Influence Chemin. A lot of eliminations, really high survival time, and they're able to do so. The question is really here, how does Knights get the most out of this situation here? A greedy split right now could end up costing
Queen, do you
them
watch my stream
some of
with
their
headphones
members,
in, or do you just watch
especially
it
if
like
Fierce
on
Gaming
speaker?
commits to one of these peaks here and want to take the high ground rather than taking the compound. Right now I'm expecting them to kind of wait for the next circle. They are sitting in one of the better compounds in the center. So really hoping to see them kind of stick around this and see this next circle here, because this is a super strong three-way compound, kind of a T-section road that is coming in together.
As with the 3Ds.
They're holding on to all three parts of the compound right now. Coops
Just until
gonna
this
lay down,
ends,
next circle
you know, till match 5
closing in.
ends.
Starting to close in.
And then I'm out.
Inko here also on the high ground.
The
South
tiredness is starting to
of
set
boot camp.
again.
They came in late.
And the hunger.
You have Extreme Slayers inside bootcamp still. Very lower survival time there for Ingo, only in 17 minutes 20. That's a whole different one. Execute's gonna be looted out of their mind. And the question is, yeah,
Is it
are we gonna be seeing
true
something like that?
that if you go long enough
And I think we're going to be keeping an eye
without
out here on
sleeping,
Execute, what
you
they're
can
going to
start
be able
feeling
to
like
do.
kind of high?
Meanwhile, I
Because
mean,
you
they've
start
been
like
able to take control
hallucinating and
there
shit,
of
right?
appears to be bootcamp. Inco Gaming was towards, and we can see them right now too. They were making
If you
that
go long
rotation. I
enough
wonder if they
without
were
sleeping.
somehow going to end up fighting with Execute, and I think they might have heard something here with Execute because they might try to go back to it. Telly keeping an eye on anybody here. We saw what he was able to do in the last game, being super
Damn, I'm
clutch
trying
for
to get
his
high.
team, collecting those extra
Pulling another
points.
24 hours,
This team,
guys.
caliber
I'm gonna be
players
seeing
on it.
fucking.
And whenever they need somebody to
pillows
clutch
are
up, they're
gonna be
definitely
talking
able
to
to.
me.
We can see a ton esports. They might have been able to spot Alpha 7.
Top hat dude
Very,
gonna
very
come
far
visit
horizon. Seeing what can happen
Think you
here.
should try?
Loops
No, it's
Esports
'cause,
currently
like,
moving up to Corey 2, and
after this
meanwhile,
yawn I
Nova,
just did,
Nova's not gonna
I
get
went to
challenged by
blink,
anybody on the rotation
and the
towards
blink
the
was
west,
like
which is
in
gonna
slow
benefit them in
motion.
a big way. But
Like,
what
it
I am
took
seeing out of Nova
everything
is they are
in me to open
super,
that blink back
split.
up, bro.
I think they are
So I'm
trying
like,
to switch
if I
things
keep
up. They're
going
not
like
trying to be
this,
so
like if I
close,
keep
but then more
going,
than
like
likely are gonna
holding
be
off
going
on sleep,
towards
like
that
I wonder how I
heel
can make
off. You
myself
see them there
feel.
on the left side of your screen. Very separated. Nova, Sheaf, and Kindness, Skoy, and Rin. Super far away from each other. You can see Team Castle there towards the north as well. Rin might end up going up against some of the people, key players. Let's
11 days.
Infinity
bro.
too towards Infinity
That
still in the
can't be
blue
good
zone.
for
Infinity
you.
was one of those teams that has been keeping an eye out for Nova. They have been able to find them sometimes. Right now, it might not be looking like that because Nova is switching things up, and we do end up getting a new circle here, and it is gonna end up going towards this smack right down the middle. Paradise Resort is gonna become a super popular place.
Yeah, for sure. Next circle here pops up. We're going to be seeing, as you said here, Paradise ending, but a lot of teams are
Like
on
my
the
body
outskirts there.
feels
There's
like
a lot of compounds
I
that's gonna
feel
be
a
around
little
there.
bit high, guys.
Let's see if we're going to be having to have that
I'm
in.
fucking
Fierce
with you.
Gaming still in this compound
It's
here.
not
That's
that
gonna
serious. It's just my body
on
feels
the
like
edge here.
tingly.
I'll
Like
be
I
joined
don't
a little bit by
know.
Imperium
Like it feels
as we have a little bit
heavy.
of technical issues with
Like my arms
Seven,
feel heavy. I
but
can't pick
he's gonna
them
be
up.
jumping into that
That's
here.
why
Imperium, how are you doing?
I'm not touching anything.
Pretty good. Definitely delighted after the fact that I got a prediction right. Just want to throw that out
You
there.
know I'm feeling weak because like I don't even have
3-1.
the strength to pick up my vape and
Long
hit
way
it
to
right
go,
now.
but yeah, looking at the Sandhawk
That's
game,
crazy.
obviously nice central main.
Oh yeah, I
finish
can't. You know,
centered
I
on
don't have
Paradise
problems with
Resort,
that.
which is definitely great at the moment for
just
extreme
vibes.
players and just for fun. But it's
They
always
always have fun.
tricky hanging around that Paradise Resort area because if you extend too
Could it be
far
my
out,
knee
you're
after?
going to get massively exposed, and if you stay too
Damn.
far in, you're
Right.
not getting information.
Joe gets off to horror.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
It's definitely also with the sake of it being a little bit of a northern shift. A lot of teams are
Hi,
going to be on that southern
guys.
side, and later there's just not
Cute
going
little
to be
baby
enough
chicken.
compounds available to it right now. Inko here in this compound, close to Furious Gaming. Might still hang around on the top end of those peaks. They're trying to get as much information to them as possible. We're not going to see too much. I'm just curious to see how far we're going to see Nova and the boys get into the circle here. If they manage to get into the next circle here, they could potentially be going pretty deep into the game. They've not been found by anyone yet. Different rotation this time around as well. Vivo keyed on that northwestern side, and Jaguar on that high ground compound covering the bridge where Nova potentially is going to be crossing later. Ingo right now chilling in this compound here. Second place, looking really good so far. The Brazilian PMPL winners of the final, and execute there out in the distance.
Good position by Team Queso. They have a 2-2 split between Tapmock and the hill to the south of it. In regards to Nova, yeah, they have a little bit of traffic in front of them in terms of the edge of that circle by the northwestern bridge. Vivo Keed and Jagger are laying down the law in that area. And Serena taking a couple of shots, looking to find one of the Alpha 7 players. He drives away, but definitely sends a bit of a
just ran through me, guys.
to Alpha 7 now, Martin.
Do you think a ghost touched me?
Yeah, a little bit of a peacocking going on there. They want to maintain the control that they have right now. Alpha 7 playing control on that southeastern side of the edge here. You want to make sure that they're the last team coming in from this. Though my only worry is that they have a big road to cross later. This is not the best area of approach or angle of approach into this later stage of the circle. Also a ton on the distance. We know that what they've been capable of so far.
He's looking at you. That's unfortunate on the board for him.
Now Vivo Keed,
he would be the one getting scared.
Potentially Reyes could spot out Adrian and McGrill in there while they're running down off that hill. Jaguar off the high ground too. Vivo Keed a little bit of a pickle here in this case.
Nah, anytime this is based on a true story, it's 10
towards
times
this
scarier.
next circle shift at the moment. Knight's looking good in terms of their spread, possibly a little bit too far apart, but it does center on top of them. Influence Chairman as well, looking extremely good in that compound to the southwest of Paradise Resort. The tricky shift, but it's great for the teams who are already locked inside it.
Yeah, execute on that southwestern side. Ingo in that southern compound. A lot of teams are going to have to move here with a southwestern shift. A lot of teams coming in from that eastern side is going to mean a lot of traffic on the east part of that new circle. And the teams coming out of Paradise.
You guys will not believe it.
Knight's already sitting up for a potential lockdown.
I just fell asleep.
Aton finds some of the members
no,
of
like
Alpha
for like
7
only
are
1 second
close
though.
them out
I just fucking
shots coming in.
jolted away.
Fantastic shots there.
My whole body just fucking jolted.
MVP potential
Yo,
players
what?
here. Shoko takes a little bit of fire.
Ain't no way
No
that just happened. I gotta sit up. I'm getting too comfortable.
Carrillo from this one here, and
I'm getting too comfortable.
They have a
lot
of space in between them and the new circle, and a lot of teams.
Did y'all hear me jolt?
More shots coming in from Mafioso.
Bro.
Yeah, Ton is being picked apart from this case here.
God damn.
Great to see Alpha 7 trying to make a rotation in here. One of the players is going to be down. Happy to be back here with you too, Avenger. As some of the action is finally starting to develop.
I know it wasn't for that long.
Crazy
I know damn well.
Circle here. I mean, actually not that crazy. You went a little bit southwest of Paradise Resort. It is going to force some teams out of there that were getting comfortable. But now they're going to be fine. Loops Esports is going to be losing some players. Alpha 7 currently going up against a ton Esports. A ton Esports currently having just Cenatex alive, seeing if he can somehow survive this or at least cause some pain on what Alpha 7 is currently doing to their team.
Yeah, thanks for Imperium jumping in there while we got you ready to go. Now Alpha 7 here trying to
I feel like that 1 second of sleep actually very well rested me, guys. I'm ready for another 24 hours. Let's go. Y'all ready? Just kidding. Imagine though.
This is a greedy push here from Revo, trying with the drive, but jumps out, doesn't succeed. And Revo taking down a Mythic, nade in hand as we know him best. Can he cook this one perfectly? Nope. Doesn't completely hit this one.
I'm
here,
done
so
with the I'm just finished. Like I have 2 more packs that I have to go.
AK
and then I'm done
now
with
he's
them.
gonna be forced to heal a little bit here.
Because I had hella.
I
don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that addiction.
Team Queso on the high ground of the peaks of the mountains over there, and now they're forced to lay back a little bit, try to heal a little bit while they try to get in. Jaguar and the guys from Nova, they're forced to try to get on a little bit of a heal. Nova is forced to stay back here while we see Jaguar gatekeeping them a little bit. Papi Potron from Team Queso, they're playing this quite well here, taking control of this northern side of the circle. Potentially forced to fight with Jaguar in not so long though.
Yeah, I think Team Queso is going to be trying to see if they can somehow end up repeating what they were able to do in the previous match. Try to get
I just don't know what I'm going to do after the cough drops.
About how Poppy Poacher was so helpful
I just
for
got
that
like
team
I
in
just
that
like
last match.
I like to be
Meanwhile,
sucking on
McGrellin is going to end up getting knocked and
and I
eliminated
guess I know
here
how that fucking
by
sounds.
Jaguars, and Team Queso is going to be able to spot Jaguars too, and they're going to be seeing if they can somehow cause some pain, cause some damage that way, collect some extra points their way. Scream, meanwhile, it's actually going to get knocked by Adrian from Vivo Keats from behind. He's going to end up getting surprised. They're going to be able to take care of Adrian, and I think they might be able to pick up that player too, while keeping an eye on what Jaguar is going to be doing.
You know what
here.
I mean?
Jaguar Scaler is going to be waiting it around, trying to see how he's going to get out of here. It's going to be super, super hard. We can see Ayala trying to be the support player. I don't think they're actually going to be able to pick up Poppy Poacher. Now it's just going to be Ayala
Lemon
by himself.
heads. Oh my god, that would like
Somehow surviving this.
Just a fun out in 14th with 2 eliminations confirmed for them. Jaguar now trying to move on this lower ground here. The next circle is really rough and a nice shots there. Can he connect the last one? Shots coming in from behind though. Is it Nova? It's Nova in the distance. And luckily, Jaguar was able to turn on that. Team Queso out 11th place with some eliminations too for them as well. Influence Chairman here, they're the gatekeepers of this northern side of the circle, but their compound is not inside anymore. They're forced to move. It's looking really good for Ingo, looking really good for Knights and Execute now.
You know what else you can
also
suck
forced
on?
to make a move here.
Some dick. No, I'm
Extreme Slayer is getting super lucky there with that bounce in. They're getting just knocked by fall damage, and I think he would have been able to surprise some of those players there from Influence Champion and just rain on their parade. They're just stopping from being able to rotate. You can see Telly getting some shots out too. Spec trying to knock that last player from, or one of the last players from Influence Champion, and Little Boy might be able to push up. He's gonna go up against some of the other players from Knights. Knights is gonna be able to take care of business with him now. Coops being able to switch from Little Boy to Kayovsky, making sure he gets those shots. Coops right now with 3 eliminations and looking good.
Super nice shots here from Coops. Unfortunately, Knights, they're forced to make a big move here with this next circle. Going to the northern side, they're going to have to
Xeno's
come
a
off this
mature
high ground, but there's
baby.
plenty of rocks, plenty of protection for them here in this case here. Stream Slayer's out as well. Execute though, 4 members alive, have west side control of this new circle, but forced to move across this road
still
later
alive
on.
and Execute's still alive.
Has to get out of the compound, as you can see on the right hand side. They have Cardosan sneaking in behind them. Question is, does Squashada know this? Does he have an idea? I think he's heard him.
I still call them PK, but they're not PK anymore, right? They're just Knights. Like they changed their name.
They're trying to bang some of those nades. It has worked wonders. It didn't end up working there. Inco Gaming is able to spot that player there. Cardosan is going to end up going down. Inco Gaming. Squash Sada going to be able to confirm that elimination too. And now Inco is going to be able to move up. One of the only 2 teams still with 4 players alive and Execute. Still having 4 players alive. I'm really intrigued to see what they're going to be able to do.
And they have to
possibly might be able to clutch up a win. And as I say that, I'm able to jinx it as fate ends up going down. Knights being able to take care of business too with Inco Gaming on their rotation. But Squash Sada, we saw what he was able to do earlier.
Let's go. Alright, sorry, stream.
He's
You know,
going to
I'm
try
gonna
to be
rage
sneaky.
you.
He's going to try to get some extra angles here on the Knights player. Coops is going to leave himself exposed. He's going to be going 6less versus Scoops.
Damn, Knights got fucking 15 kills to their name.
6less is very good with that sniper. Cannot leave himself exposed.
Took some damage from that. Coops has 3 gear, I believe, though, from having that crate. So even with a canine to the head, it's not going to do enough damage. Coops is a little bit low. It's going to be on the verge of being able to knock him, though. This is why it's important to always be fully stemmed up towards the end so you can heal as much as possible. So Ninja running in, trying to get in behind. Does not have any more heals, though. He's going to try to throw some utility before he ends up falling. This is going to cause a bit of a distraction, though, for the Knights players. And this makes Sickles able to run up and maybe move on closer to some of this hard cover. Crusada, though, outside the blue right now, taking a lot of damage. He doesn't want to give up these points here. Vital points.
Oh, no.
Good shots from the CLO coming in from the distance.
No, not like this. Oh my god, Telly. Telly didn't even get that knock, bro.
Right now for Ingo. They were meant to be for this one.
It really was, but the distraction there from Biwaki. Oh, Jason being able to take care of Coops. He's going to be able to eliminate him too. Execute. Trying to somehow try to come back from this after we saw what Viwaki was able to do to one of his teammates. Jason, can he get behind this rock? He is going to be able to get behind this rock. He's going to be able to heal up. And it's going to become a 2v2 here.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
shit.
we have a lot of teams in this squad. For everybody wondering, Nova's still alive. Yes, they were
Nova's still alive.
And more than likely, go for that third place. Oh, the nade exploding just a little bit away from them. Here we go, Xenox with that M4 trying to get those angles. Damn. Jason is currently lower in health.
He's tryharding. He's tapped in. He's tapped in. He's tapped in as fuck.
Careful though, because he's still going to be alive.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Up, and that is going to secure right there for Knights. And what's crazy to me is that Execute, even though they were inside the circle, even though they were fighting the team that's pretty much going to secure that first place, guess what? They're going to end up in fifth place. Tends to being able to find
How you change title?
Right there.
If you're on mobile, you have to go in the creator studio.
3? I wonder how
if it's on PC, you should just see the little pencil icon.
I think it's Shifan that's left, yeah. I think it's Shifan that's left, so he's going to be healing this time around. I think he got left behind.
Oh, he's running.
Oh, he's running around. So he's done. 3 helmet, 3 backpack though.
Pretty
so he's gonna be
just thinking about how
by Loops, actually. Loops, they learned.
Yo, no way Loops survived longer.
Second places.
Oh
want to do well, and they managed to get that. But Nova got a third place. We're back to knowing them. Where, you know, we know them so well. The consistent points that they're able to get off Senok, they got that here as well.
Photoshopped ass in
but
there.
Loops, second place. Well played by them, honestly. But Knights, the big winner of this one, an insane amount of eliminations.
Put himself in there.
An insane amount of points from that win there, 7. What a game.
Yeah, I think when we go to Sandhog, we all talk about just aggressive teams.
Doesn't it look that way? Like every time I see that picture, it looks like somebody like took a cutout of Ray in a different picture and just like stuck him in the middle.
And it's good to see Knights finally being able to wake up, right? Their first chicken dinner. This might be the turnaround for them to kind of try to push towards the top 3. We saw them at the beginning of the day. They were in 6th place. Now they dropped off all the way to 9th. That's definitely going to be a huge bump up for them. I can't wait to see what the Des is going to be saying about that match after this break.
Zeno, thank you for the stay safe. Alright guys, last game coming up. But ain't nobody buying a fucking Realme 9, bro. Let it go.
Oh, just like that, the Brazilian dominance chicken dinner streak at Sandhawk is over. The Knights finally get a dub, and it's getting good old-fashioned Sandhawk. Even crazier than that, we were just talking about it right before this started. Brazil has not gotten a chicken dinner today at all.
They'd be nowhere to be seen, and genuinely, this is kind of what we wanted to see. Like, coming into this storylines, we can always appreciate, like, obviously one region showing up strong or one team, but in the interest of entertainment, of fun, of talking points, it's great to see LATAM and NA showing themselves so much more today.
And it's also the fact that now
what the
Knights,
fuck? Why am I getting rushed up in a PK
they've
row?
actually gotten the most amount
no, it's not the time nor the place.
Oh, wow.
In PMPL Americas 2022 Championship, 34 points, 19 eliminations, the highest we've seen throughout the entire tournament, guys.
To the mood! That's
Next
gonna make them
jump
up real good on the leaderboards. I want to see that jump after this. I mean, yeah, Alpha 7 getting 3 points, Team Kessel having a rough game, and these are a lot of the people that were at the top of the table, so the Knights definitely put themselves in a good, solid position here.
Yeah, but also the fact that Inco, they managed to get top 3 in this game, and Alpha, they're not there, so still the contention for first place, it's still there, boys and girls, it's still there. There's a chance.
That battle between Alpha and Inco, it's amazing to see it. It's just, they're pushing each other to the limit, right? Inco got a good game, then Alpha got a good game, then Inco now got a good game. It's just, yeah, they're outdoing each other.
So does that mean that Alpha 7 is going to be your next prediction?
No, excuse me, but I keep those cards very close to my chest.
It's a card.
Gets one right, and now look, he's got all the confidence in the world.
Hello?
I can see number 2 come up here real soon. But you know what? I'm honestly happy for number 3, Nova's heal strat. finally working to a certain extent. I mean, if they had just one more, they would have got second for sure.
Dude, because they were all over both islands. The distance between each player is at least 200 meters, and that's between each one. They decided, you know what? Fine. You can catch the entire team. You did that before.
Queen,
There's
go
no
to
way
sleep,
in
Queen.
hell this is
Oh, you're
happening this
here.
time around.
Why
Every
wouldn't
single
I be
person
here, Lolo?
was so far away from their teammate.
But again, I think genuinely a part of the fact that they had a very good result in the previous game allowed that confidence to shine through. Looking at this head-to-head, we talked about it already, Inco against Alpha Gaming. Look how close it is between the two teams. Inco have more survival time,
I
but
don't have the
Alpha
energy to get in
made
bed.
more use
I do.
of their survival time.
Yeah, they're getting more elimination points
my
on
energy
average
is gonna go
throughout
towards
every
getting in
single
that
game. And
bed.
keep in mind, this is throughout the entire tournament so far. And you can see how close, like you mentioned in Priam, these stats
you left him,
really
just-
are.
Oh, no.
And it's
I don't
just
do
making
that.
this final, it's
I don't
making this
AFK
tournament
stream
so
ever.
spicy down to the last match, I believe. This is how close this
Anytime you
tournament
see
is
me
going to
live,
be.
just know
Oh,
if
wait a
I'm
minute,
not
what do we have
here,
this time?
All right, look at this jump down. All right.
I will be back
The Rock's
shortly.
still in the-
Probably peeing.
That's a gift. That's a gift right there.
Slippery rock.
That is a representation of my prediction game. I think I have it, and then I don't, and I go down.
I got this. I got this. My ankles are gone.
I hope Sutai's not watching.
Oh, wow, that's even worse.
Oh,
Bam.
gosh,
Bam, why are you gonna defend him like that? He's not even
Zutay, I love
to
you.
defend
Zutay, I love you. I'm
himself.
sorry about that.
Enemy number
All right.
one is now.
Okay, let's take a look at head-to-head between, of course, look at this. This is Coops and Tensa tied in eliminations, and that damage is real close. Tensa stepping up.
He is indeed, and we talked about Spec showing up as well, and Coops being the knight of in shining armor per se. But yeah, as a team, as a player, Tensa showing his prowess.
And the rest of the knights, we have to say, the rest of the knights have been showing up.
I know,
throughout this
Joe.
game.
You woke
Again,
up this morning,
it
I
can't
was
just be the
streaming, now
Coop
you're
show
gonna
for
go
the
to
team.
sleep.
So honestly, fair play for the rest of the lineup showing up. And now they're still within range, I believe, of contesting for the top spots.
24-hour teams are
Yes, they've done the
crazy, bro.
PGC slot already,
You like,
but
people
now I
will
feel
say
like they're
goodnight to you, and you'll be like,
getting
hey,
closer
good
and closer
night.
to competing
See ya.
for the top
Boom.
three.
6 hours
Oh,
later,
baby.
hey, good morning. It's like, yo. Who y'all want to win?
Back up on
I
top,
mean,
just like
in a perfect
that.
world,
And
I
the
want
team
Execute to
Kessel
win.
Still in third place.
But that cushion,
Who do I
is
think
so
will
big.
win? Oh my God.
You
Oh,
could
look at the
sleep
Knights.
on it for years.
Not
as
them.
you see Pittsburgh Knights. But again, just that difference between the top 2 and 3rd place is insane.
Except
Yeah,
for
and I'm just
Jimmy
looking at
Ramsey.
the fact that it's Knights, Alpha 7, and Vivo Keed.
I think,
who are
like,
already
definitely a
qualified.
Brazilian team will
So you
take
got
the dub.
Influence, Chemin, Inco, and Queso, who are the ones that are contesting. So the
At the
next team that we want to look at is Aton and Extreme, but Aton's the one that's at 126. You're looking at 16-point difference between them and a potential spot in the PMGC.
Not
So
KBL.
still, it is pretty darn close.
And we haven't really talked about Influence
Execute.
Chemin too much. They've been kind of flying under the radar, not necessarily in a bad way, but they just haven't kind of sparkled up too much. However, they're still in that spot.
Yeah.
Hey, Nova. Not in last place anymore. Let's go. That's an accomplishment in itself.
It's still just for fun with a chicken dinner.
Oh my
That was
gosh.
the first North American chicken dinner, and they're in last spot.
Telly,
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I did
Sixless,
say at the beginning of the
Solo,
broadcast, this is one of the
Jason,
teams that I'm looking out for.
Fate,
I'm gonna take
and
the hit for
Irons.
you guys. It was a curse from my
That's
end,
the
so I
team.
apologize.
Hey, well, it's just like the NA
100%.
championships. You know, if Elion Esports is just for fun, right? In week 1, they were dominant.
Oh, yeah.
And then just fell off there towards the end. But hopefully, you know, at this point, I think it's too late to really bounce back for these squads, especially the way these Brazilian teams have been playing. But you know what? I want to know what your thoughts are here. We also have a great question.
No,
down at the
Lolo, he
bottom.
was playing.
On the
He
arrival
played
of
this last
Nusa,
Sandhawk
how many
match right now.
maps do we have in the Battle Royale? Oh.
Pierre, real
He
quick,
just
what's the
subs
answer?
in when
I don't know.
the
I can't count past 3.
when they're like having problems, basically.
7, 8, 9. Guys, make sure you're following all the socials. Make sure you go ahead and, you know, follow the
Yeah,
Twitter, hit
Queen.
the bell, do all that good stuff, man. Use that hashtag.
No, okay,
Yeah.
say it with me.
PMPL Americas.
4?
5?
No. I
Okay.
can't help him. I can't.
All right. Well, you know what? He's gonna need help here because he's still got. You got one prediction, but you still got a lot more to go, bro.
Yeah.
So Hopefully, we could see it here in this
How
next
did you know that?
match. Final
Oh my
thoughts
God.
here. Right, who's your prediction for this next
Speaking
match?
of
Go,
the
go, go,
devil.
go.
I'm not trusting him. Yep. No. We gotta band together. We gotta band together, okay? He just left me hanging. I gotta talk about
Heard of
that.
Carillo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? What's your prediction?
You know what, dude? My next
I
prediction is that
retire. What do you mean you retire? What are you
Monster
talking about?
Energy is our official energy drink partner here for this show, guys. Of course, unleash that beast, just like
What's
we're
up,
gonna see
Tens?
some NA teams get another chicken dinner back to back right here, right now. Ain't that right, casters?
NA team going back to back. All right, I like the energy, by the way, Sandstorm. I got
has
you, bro.
sense.
I
I'm just,
saw that. I'm sorry that happened to you. What do
finishing
you think? Which
PMPL,
region
the
might
vending.
end up with the win here in Aaron Gale, Avenger?
The region, we'll go with
I'll make it easy for us.
We'll go for Brazil, right?
What's wrong with his
it's
shirt?
bound to happen.
I didn't
I
notice.
gotta say this though,
I'll have
right,
to see
because
again.
they're talking a hot prediction game here, and I gotta say, obviously, great to see Imperium being able to get one, but I'm really hoping he's gonna be able to get more than one, because just one is it's not a lot. It took him 15
Ain't no damn,
games
ain't no
one,
damn at
and they're only
666.
playing
That's
a
like
total
such a
of
fucked up
24, right? So
Thank you for the follow.
technically, one is not that
Check
good.
the squad.
You know, he's not gonna get one more either. Like he has to take 29, 30 games to get the second one statistically. But let's see if he's able to catch up. It's just 2 good games for him. With other guys being wrong, then he's back to 3-3-3. But yeah, it's looking good for Jukes and Sandstorm at this point here. This is the roughest playing path I've seen today and yesterday on Erangel. Holy, we're starting over very here.
Yep, that's definitely one of the worst ones we have seen, but I think Alpha 7 is going to end up going back to their basics and just go to the military
No way
base. I wonder
Tense
who's
got you
gonna try
doing
to
slave
challenge
work
them.
for him.
That'll
Lads,
be
you do not
interesting
have to do
see. And
this.
remember,
Grown-ass
Imperium
man.
did say that he would shave his beard live
Jindo!
tomorrow if he didn't end up
did we already
getting
get matched up with
the win,
somebody?
if he
I
ended
didn't
up
even
losing the
see, bro.
prediction game.
Jindo,
So
thank
I
you
can't
so
wait
much
to
for
see
the
that. I won't be here for
3
that, but
fish
you
and
best believe
chips,
I'll
2
definitely be watching and look
burritos,
that
2
Alpha 7
pizzas.
does
Holy
decide to
shit.
go
Thank you,
to
Jindo.
military
Thank you
base.
so
All right,
much.
let's see if the Alpha 7 curse is still happening. Is the
Really
circle
appreciate that.
gonna be away from them, or is it gonna be military base? I know we've been getting crazy circles here and there, but I've been enjoying them, man. They're just so much fun to watch, and they have showed us just amazing finishes with so many teams still alive, tiny little circles, everybody third-partying each other, people pretty much on the fence of everything. And
Wait, Matt, is he trying to take your emotes? Like, am I?
And I think it has to be because of
here?
that crazy playing path that we got.
Nah, Ten's a grown-ass man. Can't upload his own emotes. Enough is enough.
But it's not gonna be a military ending here unless it shrinks 10 times south. But yeah, honestly, they've been their roulette with the military drops have not been on point. Every time they dropped there, they didn't get it, and some of the times where they didn't drop there, it went to military, and they had a somewhat rough game. But yeah, honestly, looking forward to this circle here. I kind of hope that we're gonna end up in the Russia kind of area,
guys, last game.
up in the kind of urban area in between maybe school Russia. That would be crazy. I love to see some of those drops. The loops, though, again in a loot fiesta here with Furious Gaming,
Just
trying to listen a little bit
call
for
down,
some
bro.
information
Nah,
for
bro,
them.
I'm angry as
But
fuck.
not getting too much loot here now that they have to share the shelter loot. It's really good loot down here, but
hella
having
mad.
to share, being worried about who you're gonna run into is not the funniest thing, Seven.
Yeah, this is definitely not the spot to be, right? And these two teams gonna keep seeing each other, regardless of where it might be, whether it's prison or whatever. These two teams kind of keep landing on each other. And you were talking about seeing a finish though, or school. I would actually like to see a finish like right in Pucci.
Bruh.
I think that would be that would
What
kinda
is
switch it up,
going
and I would like to see what
on?
Knights ends up doing, because Knights, it might end up getting
Why
challenged.
are they
Meanwhile, Team
doing this
Castle,
right?
just
You
for
don't
fun.
have to do this.
I just was talking about a bit there just for fun whenever they were feeling esports, how they were able to have great performances. But I'm stuck in the past, Hot Jukes. I think they're just going to continue to do the thing that we have seen them do. Unless Zuko being able to get a knock. Here we
24 hours
go. The push that they've been wanting to see. Bobby Potro
I'm chilling.
barely
I'm boyfriend.
a tiny bit of his arm being
Bruh,
spotted.
what
He's going
is
to get
going
knocked too.
on?
Now Ayala is going to be running away for his life. And you know what? Stuck in the past I am, because just for fun, being able to get those 3 eliminations
Let me
from
do the
Team
race.
Queso. And if I'm any of the other teams, like nice of what they were able to do after that last game, I'm going to be happy. because you're going to be hoping that Team Queso gets eliminated here, and Knights is going to be able to move up and try to collect a little bit more of that prize.
Yeah, exactly. And with that, that'll be good for fun to just continue on that. Right now in last place, not too good for them. They've had a lot of fun, but I really want to see them really rise up that leaderboard. Loops here on screen, kind of chilling a little bit, trying to see if it's Fruits Gaming that's going to be making the first move. But they are passively waiting for this here. Queso just down to 1 after being 3rd place, or they are currently in 3rd place, 7 points ahead of 4th.
I don't think they're going to be able to spot each other. They've been playing this cat and mouse game for the longest time too. They've been landing very close to each other, and now you can see Fernand right there. He still thinks maybe there might be a player over there. So you know what? Let's shoot those tires. Let's just be extra safe and make sure nobody's going to be there. And you know what? Loops decided to just leave that buggy there because bicycles. Why not? That is the new strat. We've been seeing shotguns. Is that going to become the new meta now? Bicycles, they are very quiet, and they could be sneaky. Who knows? You never know what you're going to be able to find here in PUBG Mobile Esports. Loops still wanting to get into this fight, and I think a lot of this team is realizing with the circle, they might think that, hey, this could possibly be a very good spot, so why not? Let's just not try to rotate that much. We really don't have to, and they're going to be pushing to see if the circle goes their way. Furious Gaming, I think at this point, they're going to decide to back off a little bit.
Yeah, they are getting out of there at this point here. Good choice from them. Nova, decent game here in Sanhok, but still at the moment not looking too good on the overall here. I feel like it's almost certain at this point here they're not going to end up in the top 3, top 4.
Even 30,
unless they
maybe?
have, you know, we were talking back-to-back wins with a crazy amount of eliminations. And of course, it's Nova, they can do it, but with the current form, not expecting it, honestly, from the Knights.
So, paying at the door,
they
or what?
have the sound cues and information that they're in that direction, and Spec is passing this information on to the rest of the team, and they could potentially run into some trouble. Seems like Rin has spotted Tenza right there when he just stuck his head over there. Shots coming in onto Senax. Oh my god, Spec absolutely demolished Rin. What a fantastic play for Knights here, and they're going to be able to rinse Nova of 1 point there.
Yeah, I love how Knights was able to set up that bait. I think they knew exactly what was going to happen there. I mean, these are two teams that are used to playing against each other. Rin decided to pick. He thought he might have had a shot. Meanwhile, Spec laying down, being a snake, being sneaky, getting those accurate shots, and ultimately Nova ends up losing a player. And this kind of goes back to what we've seen out of Nova over and over again, just their rotations or whatever it might end up being early in the game. They end up losing the players. But if for somehow they're able to keep 4 players alive,
Rise got all of apartments and all of school to themselves. That's fucking crazy.
Secure, the performances they're able to put up. But as you were saying too, I don't think Nova's gonna be making it with the top 3 unless ridiculous back-to-back wins happen, and that's just not likely with the way they're currently playing. Rice currently in this area of apartments. They might have heard you. They might have heard you trying to make the circle come over here, closer to
You're
school,
gonna have the
closer to
tickets, but you're gonna give them to somebody else?
Maybe just get lucky.
What?
Meanwhile, people keep trying to run away from there. What I am enjoying today, though, I will have to say, Avenger, is that Brazil is not dominating as much as they have in the previous day. We have gotten at least a win from every single region so far, and that is good to see. It's good to see Brazil not continue on that domination. I'm sorry, Brazil. I'm sorry.
All right, Execute. What can you make happen here? Right now, outside the top 10, but within striking distance, some clever places come out of them. And they're pretty even on the elimination points and placement points. A little bit more eliminations, and they would be looking really good within the top 10. And yeah, obviously Sixless back today. Happy to see him being able to perform a little bit. Great player with a great history as well. Vivo Keyed on screen. Super well versed team in general here. They're rounded quite nicely. Already going to PMGC, as we've said again and again. They're looking to really cement their position inside this America's Championship and also get a chunk of those prize pool. Goops 30, Revo 30,
I'm not gonna lie, I
first
was
in
way
most
too tired to
eliminations.
make sense of what you
And
just
eliminations
said.
is obviously a heavy count.
I'm sorry you're
for
gonna be
that
spending extra
MVP
money.
slot. Now Coops also almost 400 damage ahead of Federal.
That's what one good game there for Knights can do for that team. Let's see what this circle is going to be going. Toiko, by the way, still with the longest elimination. I think anybody's going to be able to beat him. This is actually you, Martin. You're going to be right. I think it is going to be going school with the way this is currently acting. And I will be super, super happy. And I'm pretty sure all those teams that are currently in the middle are going to be even more happy and ecstatic that they're not going to have to worry about anything. Meanwhile, Alpha 7 going to be rotating there on that west bridge. I wonder if they're going to have any type of flashbacks of when Team Queso decided to bridge cap him and just second guess it a little bit. Meanwhile, Furious Gaming trying to spot somebody here from Knights. Are they going to let those shots rain? Are they going to decide to back him off? I think Xenox was able to spot that Furious Gaming player, and he's going to
clever play there again. Coming out, Furious Gaming with a holo on that DB28 and an M4 as the other one, and a Corgi as a companion. And the circle are closing here in this case slowly and soonish. So the question is really where gonna be ending up here. Still a little bit of a river in play, but I'm hoping that we're gonna be ending up around the school Rorschach area, around that area we see here on the top side. Could also be fun with a Potato Hill ending here where Knights are at. Always good with some high ground where most of the teams can kind of fight uphill and downhill. Always see some good fights with that. Execute out in the distance, as you see here with Knights on the high ground control. Execute taking control of the double bind compound outside Pochinki. And a strong one.
Does end up being a good fight. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if we end up seeing maybe a circle ending a little bit southwest of Jasnaya, where we tend to see those hay bales, the hay bale fields. A lot of teams tend to fight there for coverage, just a little bit more mayhem. Once again, me with my toxic drain. Meanwhile, Knights back, being able to spot somebody there from Execute, not being able to fully connect, but at least telling them, hey, we are aware you're there.
I was quiet because my
I think Execute does end up realizing
mom was in here talking to me. That's fine.
Or are they gonna try to just loot a little bit more and then work on their rotation? Meanwhile, Alpha 7, I think they're gonna be going for just a full-on rotation all the way west-north, and might try to do what they did yesterday when they ended up getting that crazy.
She's gone already. No, she was just asking me.
Circle in Watertown.
She's asking me
island between
if I still wanted to eat.
That was something to see, and they got super blessed there at the end too with the circle. Anything can happen here. I mean, we have seen some crazy ones. Meanwhile, Loops,
good rotations
initially on the east, and on top of that, Atani Esports.
She gave me this like
we have heard
crystal
talk about
thing,
this over and over again.
and
Atani Esports
she was
and
like,
Erangel,
after
I feel
you
like
end
they
your stream,
end up taking a little bit too long
take
to
this
rotate,
crystal,
and you're seeing it here. I mean,
and
11 minutes, and you're still in the
like,
blue zone. That's
body, starting from the
not
top
something
to the
that
bottom.
we like to see
like,
out of some of
what?
this.
And she was like, yeah.
Alpha 7, big
To ward
rotation on the
off
west
like
here.
any
Classic
negative
Alpha
energy
7,
that might
big
have
brain
been
play here, trying to
said
get up
to you
on
during your stream.
lesser likely chance, and if it goes
And I
north,
was
it's
like,
going to be
okay,
good for
Mom,
them.
I
If
will
it
do that.
doesn't go north,
Jenny,
they're going
thank
to
you
have
for the
not so much
fries and the
traffic going in
taco
from
and the
that
level
side.
core. Thank you
Now,
so
the
much,
question is
Jenny.
really,
I
where are we
really
going to be ending
appreciate
up?
that.
Are we going to be going to the
Thank
Rostock
you, thank you,
School
thank
area in
you.
general? Or are we going to go more towards the Asnaya fields on the eastern side, or all the way down to Knights on the southern side? The question is going to be answered now. We're going to be Rorschach, Chingy, and a little bit of the
No way you want her to keep poisoning me like Queen.
For this one here, 7.
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. You know what? I would like Avenger to be added to that prediction game and given a point because he's currently predicting this circle from the get-go too.
Before,
so please
after
do
you
that.
end your stream and
Put a
before
crown
you
on
go to sleep,
master.
Just rub it up and down.
Hey, we'll take any points, right? Any points
He's
that
like,
we
we're
can
gonna
take.
wash
If
away
we were
any
probably on that
negativity
leaderboard,
that was thrown at
I'll
you.
be the first
And I
one to
was
say I'll
like,
probably be
"Bet,
that
let's
last
do
with
that."
0 points. I have noticed. I went back there and watched. I definitely cursed some teams here and there. Not too much. But yeah, I'm being careful with what I say in regards to certain teams because I might have that curse effect.
Definitely some of the curses are strong. Maxman is obviously the master cursor, but the rest of us also sometimes manage to do so. I like to keep myself neutral, just hope for teams to do well and not just say they're gonna do well and say they're gonna win and then not get caught in some windy action Right now, Infinity with a big rotation off that northern side. Alpha 7, they've been able to do it
Bro,
quickly.
Queen, why don't you just
they were
go to
slowly with it, so they're not going to have any priority. Influence Chairman here inside the northern part of Russia. Not a good spot inside the circle, but a lot of information is be able to gather here from that 3-story that Little Boy is currently running out of. Maybe they've gotten some information. They want to shift over towards a different area. The hill on Rushak is open for business, so somebody could take that for sure now. Knights and Ingo is fighting, and Execute was fighting as well.
Execute is going to be fighting just for fun currently in Pochinki. Meanwhile, Nova's going to be doing a rotation there a little bit towards the south of Pochinki, and I wonder if Nova's going to be able to survive that rotation.
I appreciate that, Queen. You don't have to do that, though.
Again, Nova with the rotations, they do end up getting caught. And right now, they only have 3 players. This circle, Alpha 7, is having a little bit of flashbacks. You can see them there towards Watertown, looking to where they got the win yesterday and saying, oh, please, come our way. We're ready to go. We got a win here yesterday. We can definitely do it again. Meanwhile, some of the other teams, you see Vivo Keed currently taking care of those compounds a little bit towards the west of school. Just for fun and Execute continuing with that fight. Meanwhile, Ayala trying to secure some extra points for Team Queso.
Damn, this guy is struggling level 1 everything.
And they cannot allow themselves to get even farther away from the top 2 teams because the top 2 teams definitely have a gap on them. Especially what we were able to see out of Knights in the previous game, Influence Champion. You know that team can definitely perform, and they could possibly pass them in points. Here we go with the new circle is going to be coming in. Are you still set with that school area, Avenger?
Yeah, let's see. Maybe even Hard West here. Oh, let's go. Okay, Hard West, I guess we go with Alpha 7 in a good spot off that Watertown, Atlantis, whatever you want to call it.
Damn, they're like head-to-head
come in from that western side, take over their Octopus Hill on that western side right now. Lux is on top of it. Nova, though, rotating in towards it. They could be contesting, and we could be seeing a fight with Lux and some of the Nova members right now. Alpha 7 taking that southern part of Watertown right now. A lot of teams are going that direction too. Let's see what we end up having. Lux goes down. Kindness down as well. Koi gonna try to defend this push here. Shots are coming in. Can we get Sohan down? He will. Gilles is gonna be pushing on, taking out Koi. And shots are coming in from different angles as well. Third partying the fight here. Achilles and Infinity kind of in a rough situation, a sticky situation right now. Kindness gonna go down.
There was some great cover too by Shifan, being able to allow Koi to back off a little bit there as Infinity was going to be pushing up on him. You can see Shifan all the way in the background. That's going to be a beautiful nade. Oh, it doesn't end up hitting. Meanwhile, these 2 are fun. There you go. Koi ends up getting knocked in there. I think that we're getting shot from somewhere from the back. Shifan is going to be the only player alive right now for Nova Esports. We saw this fight coming. It looked like it was going to be going Nova's way. It did end up going Nova's way. And I think Infinity should be able to reset here. Should be able to pick up all of their players. Inco Gaming might have played a bit of part there of Nova's downfall. Putting some pressure from a different angle on them as they were trying to take care of Infinity. Inco Gaming might have heard some footsteps or might have heard some fighting going on. As decided to just lay it down and be a little bit more quiet. And Infinity is actually going to go for it against Shifan. I think they know that it's only going to be 1 player, and look at that on the elimination feed. Shifan is going to get eliminated, and Nova is out of this match. Meanwhile, Loops and Execute confirming some eliminations too. They were fighting earlier against Just for Fun.
Let's go. We won the battle. Rank 75 now. W. Shindo, Jenny. Thank you guys so much for the help with the PK arena.
Being able to survive it, and then on top
Appreciate
of that,
so
Execute being able to
much.
capitalize
Thank you
on it
guys.
and eliminate Loops.
Let me turn off PK arena so it doesn't match me up again.
Because Keizo's out on 15th. Just for fun.
We will not
and
have
part
time
of
to continue.
Pochinki trying to survive a little bit longer, but it's not looking too good with Execute gatekeeping them in that area. Can you find a bolt action elimination here?
It's 8:50 p.m. Still pretty early.
No, they're going to be moving on. Circle is closing slowly. You want to prioritize getting into a good spot. I'm surprised that the mini Pochinki compound is not taken yet. And Execute potentially could be wandering into an absolute free compound that is one of the best in the current circle.
Yeah, I think they might be going for it. You can see them get into some vehicles. And on top of that, Vivo Kid has has not had to move at all. I'm intrigued to see what that team is going to be doing now. Atani Esports deciding to work on that rotation. Rise Esports as well, working on their rotation as they currently have all 4
I'm honestly
players
more
alive.
excited to get in the shower though.
Well, the rotation is
I
happening
really
right
want
now
to just
between
shower.
all of these teams.
The shower is gonna feel so good.
Where is it gonna end up going? Are we gonna keep getting the craziest shift? You can see Atani Esports knocking something out. Kayoski from Influence Champion and being able to confirm them elimination. And with the new circle, Alpha 7 getting blessed here. Inco Gaming and Extreme Slayers. Extreme Slayers.
A little bit of a pickles, I think.
Able to use the 3 players that they have to at least cause some damage, cause some elimination points.
They're kind of in a rough spot though. Influence Chairman taking some shots. Also taking fire from a top, but returned that straight onto Xenotech side.
My shift has been over Canary. Bruh, this just shows how Canary is not here.
Otherwise they're gonna have a hard time getting into some spots here. Furious Gaming lost 1 player, Ingo playing the center, but it's really a hard circle with a lot of open fields to be played. Aton. Good fire there to 1. Good utility usage towards Influence Gem. And now Fran's gonna go down. That's unfortunate for him though. Little boy trying to defend this. Nitsu's trying to send it in with the buggy. Shots out in the air though. Didn't connect any. Leighton is just gonna be.
Wait, there's still another match after this one?
Here. I think it's.
I thought this was the last match.
In a situation where he has to try to defend this one. And Choco alive as well.
Yeah, Choco is currently nowhere near though. I think he's still on top. There you go. Now we're able to spot him. I don't think he's really going to be able to do much from there. And I don't think he has any vehicles nearby. Maybe rain down on some nades. Maybe he thinks somebody's going to be nearby him. Nitsu needs to be careful though, because Little Boy is going to be letting those nades rain down on him.
I will.
Meanwhile, a lot of action also going on in the background. You can see Vivo Keys finally having to get into a fight. Not really losing anybody. They do have some players knocked though. That's
You're making me feel guilty, bro. I just want you to sleep. Like, I want you to get a good night's sleep.
As the circle starting to close in.
Don't make me ban you from the fucking stream.
Very tight here for Federal. Yeah, so tight that he decides to just, you know what,
back
off
I want to stick to what I said I was gonna do.
And Choco just waiting for him at the right time, picking up some more heals from his teammate, eliminating Influence Champion, and now trying to find a way into the safe zone here.
Yeah, rough situation for Aton, but still. Probably not going to get too much deeper than that. It looks like the Jaguar boys and Zeba has found it. And Choco is under hard fire. Jaguar, though, last player, Zeba is alive in this case. And Choco did get healed off. Ingo looking pretty good here with the amount of control that they have. But Infinity is going to be moving in behind them. V2 is trying to defend this one off here. Nades and utilities being used. Locks trying to connect a little bit more onto them. Soft cover and smokes has been deployed, but they have to survive the upcoming bombardment from Infinity currently.
Yeah, meanwhile, Alpha 7 is going to be able to split.
Oh my god, that circle.
She is.
Circle. Wow. Anko still going to be in it. Infinity now, when they were trying to make a push there for Inko. They're going to be able to relax a little bit here with this crater that they currently have. They're going to have Execute just looking at them. Execute's going to have to find a way inside the circle. They did end up taking that compound you were talking about earlier, just a little bit north of Pochinki. It worked out for them, but right now with the circle shift, it's going to be very tough for them to be able to make it in. Alpha 7 now starting to make a push. Tensa is the only player alive for Knights 2. Revel goes down to Vivo Keys. Being spotted there on top of that tower. There you go. Tensa does end up getting eliminated by Carrillo. And Vivo Kisielo is going to be able to eliminate Revo from Alpha 7. Just tough rotation here for a lot of these teams. And I think Inco Gaming is going to be setting themselves up really nicely. They can just defend from push.
Hey, yo, what is this lag?
Especially Alpha 7.
All right, Alpha 7.
Luckily for them, Carrillo doesn't have any nades. Carrillo used the nade earlier.
Oh!
Carrillo is going to be taking some shots on
Infinity. That wasn't my stream, guys. That was the YouTube stream.
Vivo Key's not going to sneak up on them.
Sneaking up, as in full sending it with the car. Adrian goes in with the AK.
No way, they're using stream champs to stream this right now, right?
Also nading a little bit towards it, trying to survive.
I was looking like
a
some
lot of pressure from the eastern
stream
side.
champs.
Really good
Acid
for
melt.
They have both the western side and the southern side completely controlled currently. Execute trying to sneak their way in, and Alpha is trying to defend this oncoming bombardment from Inko and Vivo Keed. Evokeed 3-man strong, Alpha 7 3-man strong, Inko 3-man strong.
Bro, he looks like he's so close to them.
4 guys alive. It's looking pretty good for that. Alpha 7.
Oh no.
Good shots coming in. Adrian pushed quite nicely onto that. Now Mythic is trying to put some pressure onto Inko. Got taken down by Cielo, helping Inko quite nicely there. Now Corello is the last player from Alpha 7 standing, and Evokeed has to try to dispose of him. That's a good nade. That is a great nade. Half his health gone. And now Adrian's going to be pushing in and trying to take control of this here. Carrillo's going to try to go for the rich.
There's nothing he could do.
Down by McGrellin. 8 eliminations though for Alpha 7. They continue to rack up the points. Evokeed though with a great amount of control here on this northern side.
Yeah, Evokeed's going to be looking to clear this off. And I think Alpha 7 was just focusing on a little bit too much stuff right there. Meanwhile, all that commotion allowed Execute to push up on Infinity, and you can see them trying to still find a way to make that push even more. They're using those smoke grenades.
I think I enough points
Their fate ends up getting spotted as soon as the smoke grenade goes away. Evokeed too with that high ground that they currently have right there after taking care of business with Alpha 7. Having some advantage as Infinity with the shot. Sohan, great shot there. Being able to slow down Evokeed, and right now with this circle shift, nobody is inside this circle. A lot of these teams are gonna have to try to find a way to make a push. You can see how so many players of Inco Gaming just so close up. If anybody was able to throw a nade in there, I think
it has higher ground.
Just clear them out completely. Inco Gaming being quiet. They know they just have to wait it out. You know, at some point, Evokeed is gonna have to push out of this, and they have to worry about the other teams like Execute and Inco Gaming.
God, I could 1v1 this long.
Being able to spot them first. Inco Gaming, Squisada,
1v69, bro.
Sneaky.
Oh, with this push from Adrian, he got taken down.
V2K being able to spot him right there. And Squisada, we saw him earlier. We saw him being sneaky, and he's going to continue to do this too because he knows that the other teams are going to be able to spot him.
All right, Infinity.
He's laying some grenades too. Evokeed Shello too on the side, still alive.
Nah, if I was playing this match would already be over. That's just me though.
They might still have a chance.
Yeah, this is going to be a big fight here. Infinity with an upper hand, moving in and taking control of this circle here. Sohan with some utility use towards Evokeed. Sohan could potentially find Adrian or McGrill in this case here. Does he know about Cielo? Is snaking in that side there. Cielo's going to make a push, potentially taking multiple down. He gets taken low himself though from Ingo. Squashada found Cielo. And now it's just a huge 3-way battle while Execute is just chilling on the backside of things.
You can see Infinity just waiting it out. Throw that nade. Do it, Sohan. This might be it, and it is. Being able to get those 2 players from Evokeed. Now they can focus on the other team against Infinity, and Infinity, you know they've been waiting for it. They know this was going to happen. Inco Gaming has 2 players alive, and also Infinity is going to have 2 players alive. Who's going to end up winning this 2v2? Actually, Inco Gaming might be able to pick up their players. Infinity is going to try to reset as well here. They might just be able to pull that off. You can see some shots coming through. Nenebete, the player that was just picked up, not even going for the heels. You can see out there. Inco Gaming being able to close it out. Just hurrying it
I thought Inco was one man. I didn't even see the rest of them. I'm fucking blind.
Back, being able to reset. Great plays there from Inco Gaming. They played that out perfect.